Say hi, Jima. Hi, Jima.
This is so well that they may come back this March.
Oh, cool.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Grandma! One of my favorite memories was the Tennessee Elf. I'll never forget that. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Ede.
Happy 80th.
Can't believe you're there. We won't be too far behind you. We've been kind of thinking of all the fun times we've had with you and Charlie too, since we met in the early 90s, I think, isn't it now?
Yes, probably 92 or 93. I remember seeing a couple of strange people crawling through the bush next door, wondering what they were doing. Charlie was doing a very thorough job of surveying, I think, trying to determine where he could possibly put the cottage, while at the same time finding a place for the septic bed. Anyway, it wasn't much later that we discovered that the lot had been sold and that we were going to have new neighbors. I was a little disappointed at first because we had enjoyed our privacy for 15 years. There was no one next door to us. But we sure like it now because you're wonderful neighbors. We've gotten to know the whole family, and it's really been super for us.
Thinking of some of the fun times we've had up here and going to that supper near Kinmount. What was it, Galway or?
Galway Country.
Anyway.
Then I took Charlie and Ede on some back roads on the way home. They thought they'd never get back, but I said, if you go around a turn, you're going to see a fence, and that's going into an old farm. And we're just in the middle of the bush, and sure enough, there was a fence, so they felt a little more confident that I knew where I was taking them.
And then with all the fun games you taught us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's Hilton Head and the wonderful memories from there. It's our first shrimp boats ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And went to Bluffton and Beaufort in Ede and Charlie's boat. And we went to, not to Charleston, to Savannah, I guess.
Yeah, Ede took us to Savannah.
Yeah.
On these trips to Florida, we always enjoy stopping with you, and you always think of exciting places to take us. It's always fun. Highlight of the year. As is up here.
Yeah, very
Think
nice.
of any other things that you remember?
Well, we went to, recently, we went to a black people's church. What was it?
The, just a minute, begins with G.
Gula.
Oh, Gula, yeah.
Yeah, Ede introduced us to that community. It was fun.
Anticipating something exciting for next year. So, all the best when you're 80th, and we hope you'll have many more, and we'll be enjoying each other's company for many more years.
It's a video, but you want me to? I can take a photo.
My favorite memories of Mom: kayaking, swimming, biking, looking in people's houses, playing golf late in the day so we can look in people's houses as we pretend to play golf. Those are some favorite memories of mine. One of them happened when we were riding bikes, so we weren't really looking in the houses, but we were on the golf course late, and there were about 7 kids playing baseball on a green. And one of them, I asked them to hold the ball while we passed, and one of them yelled out, "Do you two want to play?" This was just a few years ago. They thought Mom was ready to play baseball. And I love you for that, Mom. Another favorite memory is, reaching way back. I knit today because Mom taught me how to knit years ago when I could not do much else. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Happy 80th. It's a special one.
Welcome to a meeting in 1995.
The Burkett?
family meeting of
The agenda
1995.
is.
Chris, we're voting for you.
Where are we?
We are missing one member.
Happy birthday from Squamish, Grandma. I hope you have a wonderful day, and you are by far the best grandmother any kid could ask for. Love you so much. Take care.
All right, we're doing a little happy birthday tune for Grandma. Let's rock and roll.
Peace up. 8 down.
Jabberwocky ding dong, slip slap sleep. Grandma's turning 80, but she looks like 73.
Look at all the places she lived. Scooby dibbly doo. Maple, Gull Lake, and Kettleby. A boat on Tennessee too.
Hilton Head, Moss Creek, Freaky Deek. Kitty Babe's the name of her cat. Flim Flam, Wham Bam, Sam Bam, Honey, and she gets lost, but she makes her way back. Oh!
You got a knife, you got a fork, you gotta eat Grandma's pulled pork. 'Cause she stayed up all night to make it from scratch.
You gotta gish, you gotta gash, you gotta wax Grandma's mustache, and run to get town to get a pail of moose tracks.
Whoa! Happy birthday, Grandma! You got a nip, you got a noodle, you gotta make her rooster cock-a-doodle. 'Cause Grandma baked some cookies for y'all.
You got a Libby, you got a Labby. You gotta hug Grandma 'cause she's not too shabby. And we all know she'll be southbound in the fall.
Whoa!
You gotta love your Grandma. Now go, ready, guys?
I don't know really.
Okay, ready? Now if you listen to the words of this song, you know they're coming straight from the heart. Never make fun of your grandma, even when she rips a juicy fart.
And remember to dip, you gotta doodle. You gotta share your favorite pool noodle. 'Cause Grandma would do the same for you.
You got a gipper, you got a diaper.
She shouldn't be alone.
You gotta hope you never change Grandma's diaper. We all know that would never do.
Whoa! Respect for Grandma! Wow! Woo!
Happy birthday, Grandma! Alice would be, Mom! Love you, Grandma. Thank you for everything you do. Have a good 80th. You would always brush my hair, and I would cry because it hurt, but it's okay. Wait, that wasn't your memory? Yeah, but I did. Is someone on the phone? On your face? What's it called? You should say thinking they were crackers. Yeah. Happy birthday, Grandma! One of my favorite memories with you is coming over to the Cross Creek house and having tea parties on the back porch. One of my favorite memories is when you and Poppy would babysit us and we would play Scissors Man and all the lights would be off in the house and you'd be sitting by yourself alone in the dark and you were our base, so if Poppy ever scared us too much we'd come sit with you. And one of my favorite memories is this summer when we were on the dock. You ate a dog treat thinking it was a cracker and then you went back for another one. We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you, Grandma. Remember that. Happy 80th birthday, Grandma. We love you. Say hi, Dad. Say hi, Mom. And I get a pen back. Oh. This is her. Say hi, Kath. Kath, say hi. Oh, good close up. 1, 2, wait, hold my hands better. Say hi, Gail. 1, hi, Gail. 2, 3. Michelle's trying to. And there's Michelle. All right. Hi, Nicole. Wave. Hi, Nicole. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm just trying to think of a memory, but I've got too many wonderful memories of you to think of one. So I hope to have another 20 years at least of making more memories with you. Happy birthday, you old fart.
Happy birthday, Mom. I hope to get to your age as well, because you are at that magical age where you're getting close to being able to shoot your number in golf that matches your age. And I think that's an exciting time in life. So I'm looking forward to it as well. And I look forward to another golf game with you sometime soon. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mother dear. Through 80 years, you've had no fear. 5 kids you birthed was quite a start. There's just no woman with a bigger heart. First came Norm, who aimed to please. Early mature, who knew her birds and bees. Then came Kath, trying to keep up with Norm. No shortage of accidents caused quite a storm. Then Gail came along with freckles and curls. Oh no, said Dad, another baby girl. So they had to keep trying to get a boy. But wow, they got 2. Oh, what a joy. Lots of action was seen in the growing years. Lots of memories made without too many tears. Wonderful summers spent at Gull Lake. But for Mum, that really was no break. Constantly counting the swimming heads. At night making sure we were all in our beds. Being a referee for all of our fights, then staying up late through the teenage nights. A year on a boat to travel the world. And a few times those seas really did swirl. The East Coast, Bahamas, Caribbean too. Exotic places we went, to name just a few. Following Dad on all his adventures, life was never boring, that's for sure. Sailing beside him to many a port, you really were a very good sport. Then pick up and move to a farm in the country with only some sheep to keep you company. Mom, you're the best, we really must say. We hope you have fun this 80th birthday. Really can't imagine life without you, so stick around another decade or two. Happy birthday, Mom.
Sunny Quilog,
we love you.
Come sing and be merry.
It takes all my breath just to walk.
My favorite memory of Grandma is when we were playing Stoppy Labuski, and she had 3 cards, and all of them were aces, and none of them were in the same suit. And it was so funny because she just had, like, everything big, but we still won because we had the same suit, and she had just big cards. Completely different suits, though.
One time when we went down to South Carolina, I went golfing with Grandma, and it was really fun because golfing's fun, and because she let me get to drive the cart, and a couple times my dad and I got into a little cart race.
Who was in beside you?
With Grandma beside me.
Hi Ede, happy birthday. I just wanted to say we're thankful. I guess most of our time we spend with you is at the cottage, and we're always so thankful of the nice time we have paddling back and forth to your place. Good times there. Have a good one.
Hey Grandma, look.
What do you remember most about that?
She was swimming with like a floaty or something with like this head umbrella pretty much that sticks onto your head, and then the floaty, which had a Canadian sign on it.
Do you think that looks funny?
Yeah.
I have a lot of really good memories of Mom, obviously. Going down and visiting her, going skiing, A few that stick out though, and I think my boys will appreciate this. Watching her get on a bike in Hilton Head, that's a fun one. Going to a place with her, checking things out. But I think the one that takes the cake by far is watching Mom carry a bucket of grain to a flock of sheep and going for a ride on the back of a sheep. That's my favorite memory of Grandma.
Hey lady, now you 80.
Happy birthday, Grandma!
Official annual hug hunt, the first annual hug hunt in Copper Mountain, Colorado. Hugs are white chocolate Hershey's Kisses. Okay, guys! I'm ready! Here they come. As they stampede in the door. Oh, look at those guys go! Okay, I can't even find one. Oh, I thought Gail would be in here. Michael, Jenny. Nicole, she's in on the hug hunt too. Oh, there's Katie going wild there.
Okay, happy birthday, Ede.
Happy birthday, Edith.
It's a very special group that you've joined, this over 80 group. I understand you and Ron are there, and I will be there one of these times soon. Anyway, you couldn't be better at 80 in any way, I don't think. You still ride that bike all over Moss Creek and boat up here, and it's just incredible the things you do. I have to think back to our first meeting coming across the creek in Maple, and how much we enjoyed all our times together with you and Charlie. And we hope to continue to have a lot of years together with you. Anyway, Ron, you can say the other word.
I have to tell you, Edith, get ready for a whole bunch of surprises when you turn 80, because everything changes. So I would tell you later all of the things that you can look forward to when you join that very prestigious club. But get ready, because things will be different. Anyway, happy birthday. You're like a young chicken riding around in the boat by yourself and riding your bicycle and driving your stupid car down this lane to your cottage. I can't believe you still do it. Anyway, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We love you. And what a marvelous, marvelous friendship we've had for many, many years. Hope it continues.
Okay. Okay, ready? Go. You go first.
No, I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm prettifying myself.
Just start talking.
Okay. This sounds so formal. I could never be an actress. So we're sitting in our favorite place in the whole entire world to say happy birthday to our favorite person in the whole entire world.
Happy birthday, Grandma! We love you!
A lot.
For goodness sakes, how do I keep this straight?
Happy 80th birthday, G-Ma. My favorite memory of you is all of them. Hope you have a good birthday. Love you.
Happy 80th, Ede!
Of the brand new cottage. And Mom, say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Oh, you did the same thing Gail did. You guys.
That's my cat.
That's her. That's Grandma.
Hey, she's nice and relaxed. Yeah.
Wait, nice and relaxed. She has a curly belly.
That's because I don't get it brushed.
You know of Cinderella?
Yeah.
Well, Rindercella gets mixed up a little bit. Once upon a pine, there was a beautiful girl, and her name was Rindercella. She lived in a corn country with her sad blister, her Sigliester, and her mug the other. In that same corn country, there lived a Pransome Hints, and he was going to have a fancy fall, and he invited all the pitch people from miles and miles and miles. So Rindercella's Mugly Other and Sigley Uster went to the Fancy Fall, but Rindersella couldn't go because all she had to wear were some old early dags. But just then her hairy mudfather came along and said, Rindersella, you can go to the Fancy Fall too, but remember, you must be home by midnight or I'll turn you into a tumpkin. So Rindersella went to the Fancy Fall, and just as she reached there, the Prince of Hints came out to greet her because he was watching from behind the wooden window. And they danced all night, and they lay in fog. But just then, the clock struck midnight. So Rindersella had to heave in a lurry. And she stand up rears, and just as she beats the rottum, she slopped her dripper. So the next day, that Prancing Hints went all around the corn country trying to find the beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper. And finally, he came to Rindersella's house, and he tried it on her Mugly Other, and it didn't did. And he tried it on her Sigley Uster, and it didn't did. And he tried it on Rindersella, and it did. So they went away and lived happily ever after in a fancy castle, in a fancy castle. And the story of the Maury is, if you want a Prancing Hints to lay in fun with you, don't forget to slop your dripper.
They had to be. Look who she married. Bookkeeping and sheep raising, homeschooling while off sailing. It's a wonder she rarely seemed harried. A flea market or bargain she hates to miss. Finding a good sale might even land you a kiss. If by chance she seems a bit unpleasant, she likely drew a bad $5 present. Ede, now living near 2 outlet malls, is sheer bliss. She now likes to swim with some foam, or vast stretches of Gull Lake does she roam. But pity her poor cat, or something like that, for a truck stop may well be its new home. A great cook is our wonderful Ede. The Oaks boys counted the days to her Christmas feed. A highlight of the year, always full of good cheer. Raise a glass to the great gal from Runnymede.
Even though you're pushing me into my age. This has been a beautiful occasion, and thank you all.
To Ede! To Ede! To Grandma!
And Mom goes, you know, when you'll turn 50 one day. I thought, is that possible? And then I started to do some math. I go, Mom, when you're 50, I'll be, or when I'm 50, you'll be 80. That's kind of the same thing. So I just want to set the record straight. That is absolutely not the same thing. Grandma's fun things about turning 80. She's not elderly, she's just chronologically gifted.
When she orders a 3-minute egg, they ask her for the money up front.
Happy hour is nap time.
When Grandma was young, the Dead Sea was only sick.
Going braless pulls all the wrinkles out of your face.
She gets the same sensation from a rocking chair as she used to get from a roller coaster. Her decision about what tattoo to get is now easy. Her name and address.
An all-nighter means she didn't get up to pee.
Getting a little action means your grandma didn't need any extra fiber today.
Her friends complimented her on her new alligator shoes. She was barefoot.
Grandma says her nipples are as hot today as they were when she was 40. That's because one is in her coffee and the other's in her oatmeal.
Happy birthday, Grandma!
Ede was always a goer, and it's obvious if you know her.
Word on the street is that her pulled pork can't be beat. Her maple leaf hat is cute, but when swimming, is she wearing a suit? As an aunt, there is no better, but it's a challenge when she puts on her Christmas sweater. You sat too long at the truck stop on your tushy, so you managed to lose your 300-pound pussy. But alas, Kitty Babe was found because she really didn't want to go to the pound. But we all know the real story about the love and the glory. Kitty Babe chose Ede because he's such a good seed.
So it's just a funny story because it's basically about Mum and her thrift shops. Mum and her 14 boxes, or Mum and her 25 rocking chairs, Mum and her stuff. And this is actually a really, this was a unique way of getting rid of it.
Well, it was.
What is it?
What is it? Show it.
Show us.
Well, you want to pass the picture around you because it's
Okay, last week at the
salad supper.
The salad supper at the United Church. This room was a little crowded, so I had to get rid of stuff, and I was afraid the kids wouldn't get rid of stuff that I'd put there. So there was a big rocking chair that needed to be got out. So I took it out, and it drove around in my car, and I met friends at this salad supper, and told them that I had a rocking chair in my car. Anyway, it ended up, this friend, John Wilson and Barb Wilson and I, but he was sitting rocking, and it ended up in their car. A little antidote to that, I just found out that my grandson Charlie met their granddaughter Sky at camp.
And they're dating!
They're an item.
And then her life became a whirl. 5 babies in a row, a husband and a dog in tow, her adventures began to grow. She sailed the seas, birthed sheep on their knees, sorry it rhymed. Bottle fed my wee kittens and gave me wonderful gifts, just not mittens. I was funny because we're having a rhyming problem. My kids love her tickle trunk, her pulled pork, her rooster cookie jar, and her friendly face and open door keeps friends visiting from afar. I love you like a mum, even though you force-fed me meat, which was not fun.
Force-fed me meat.
Force-fed her meat. This poem is done.
Anyway, one final story. And this goes back about 30 years. And as many of you know, Charlie and I were great friends. The 4 of us had some great times together. And we were Charlie and Edith had been at a convention, and they were going to stay a few extra days, and they asked Pat and I to join them, and we were going to do some relaxing and play some golf and just have some fun. So we said, hey, that's great. So we went to the cabin. Well, actually, it wasn't a cabin. It was a really nice spot. And we had a great day. We played golf. We had a nice dinner, and we went back to the room, and we said, the girl said, how about playing some cards? And Charlie and I had already decided that we were going to let them win tonight. and so we got playing cards, and Pat says to Edith, I think we should have a glass of wine and relax. Oh. I looked at Charlie, he looked at me, and we go, you know how guys think. and I said, hey, great. So Pat pours the wine, and Pat pours the wine, and Charlie and I, we don't drink, so Diet Coke's great for us, you know. So we're playing cards and are having wine and we're chatting, and Pat says, would you like another glass of wine? Yeah, that's a good idea. And Charlie and I look again, we go, hey, there's no way this can go wrong. No way. So anyway, 1 glass of wine is good, 2 not so much. Because when Pat has too much wine, she likes to talk. When Edith has too much line, she wants to go to sleep. So the next morning, Charlie and I were out getting the golf carts ready, and Charlie says, well, at least I was able to go to bed and go to sleep right away. I suppose you had to sit up half the night and listen. So I tell you, man, we agreed 30 years ago, last man standing would tell that story at the appropriate time. From the Hoare family. Oh, geez, that doesn't sound right. From our family to you, what a wonderful, wonderful friendship we have. Now that you're going to make it 80, you might as well try for 100 and really piss your kids off.
Where shall we begin for such a great lady? The stories rack up by the time you turn 80. Dealing with these 5 kids, now that is brave, especially when you have Chaz here who just won't behave. I bet it was hard handling Norm, Kath, and Gail. Remember the time a sewing needle was put through her nail? Or how about when you all were on a boat, an entire year? I'm surprised it wasn't murder, she wrote. Then Poppy decided, why not get a farm? Only one totaled car, it didn't do much harm. My favorite friend then came into play. Poppy G-Ma and the Tennessee Elf could make anyone's day. But I'll never forget those dark, scary nights when G-Ma became our home base by the lights, and Poppy would chase us while we shrieked and ran from the infamous clicking large scissors man. The endless cottage summers were always the best, even if you end up with a dog treat taste test. The dog view is spectacular as I read my trashy mag, then look up to see G-Ma with her bobbing Canada flag. All of these silly poems are written just to say that we all love you and wish you the happiest of days.
There once was a lady named Edie. She really was such a sweetie. She had 5 kids with 13 more. When they all come to visit, she's looking for the door. That brood wasn't enough, so the Sullys added Chase, a next generation of great-grandkids to embrace. She's really made her mark. She's no slouch, but occasionally it takes 2 tries to get off the couch.
Very observant.
She swims from her dock wearing her Canada hat. She goes quite fast like a sleek, stealthy cat.
She made it in a noodle, but we can all use one of those. We can thank Sherry for her freshly manicured toes. Her mind is quite sharp, really like attack. In the card game of golf, she is no hack. Although your watch face may be large indeed, for magnifying glasses you have no need. When Charlie said, let's pack up and sail for a year, you were game without having a fear.
Well, how do you know?
It had to rhyme, Ede.
I had many fears.
Edie, you're a lovely, strong woman we all aspire to. For your influence on the young folks, we all thank you. Mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and friend, a very happy birthday we all wish to send.
When Dad died, I would call Mom every night, and we would chat. I'd tell Kirst I gotta call Mom, because she needs me. And it took about a month before I realized I was calling her because I needed her. I needed you in that really, really hard times. Anyway, I don't mean to be like freaky guy here. Anyway, we all miss that guy, right? Like he was a good guy.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.